you're the love of my life, and I ain't excited tonight to give you.
Welcome back. You're watching Breakfast in Bed. We've been doing lots of socials and sports, and now we just want to put our minds into a certain discussion based on the things that have been happening over time, especially looking at the very dark man, Bobrisky, and the Falanos. Now, we're talking about the influence of social status. I love when you say the power of privilege. Now, does the power of privilege, does it ever work? Is it realistic? Does it come with its positive and negative effects or sides? These are very important aspects that we need to look at. For you, has privilege ever worked for you? We have several kinds of privilege. We have the beauty privilege, we have the power privilege, we have the position privilege, we have the eloquence privilege. So, has privilege ever worked for you?
Maybe I've actually not just noticed, but I don't know. Has it ever worked for me? No. Or maybe it has, but I've actually not just paid attention to it.
Looking at you as an outsider, I think it has worked for you. I think so, because I think many people tend to, be softer with you, maybe because of beauty privilege. But for me, I think it has worked for me really, because probably eloquence privilege, probably beauty privilege.
You're fine boy now.
And oh yes, I am. Thank you. So it has worked, and I don't see anything bad with the influence of social status. I always say it. We live in a privileged society. We all. I might sound, and I say this without any apology. I might sound classist, which is not bad if you want to look at it deeply, but I feel like if you have a certain level of social status and you're making use of it, it's not bad. All of us can't have this level of social status. I want to remember the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, he was quoted saying, Nigerians respect three things, and I have these three things. Nigerians respect power, Nigerians respect wealth, Nigerians respect, I'm trying to remember the third one, old age. And he has these three things.
Are those things still in? Okay, is the third one still valid?
Yeah, I think the third one is still valid.
Are you sure?
Yes, the third one is still valid. And I think when you have a level of social status and you make use of it, now, how do you make use of it is where the problem comes in.
Where I have issues is, I don't have issues with you gaining that social status or social influence and all. But now, I don't know, maybe it's just a Nigerian thing. It has been turned upside down. The moment you have that social influence or that social status, people just feel, oh, you can actually do anything, you get away with anything. And basically, that's not the aim of this social status. The main aim is for you to, just you being in that social, because basically you being a social influencer, or you having that social influence. Basically, people would obviously look up to you, oh, this person, I actually want to be like this person. But now, the reverse is the case.
Now, influence of social status, I want to throw this question to you. Why do you network?
Obviously, to better myself now.
How do you better yourself?
Meet new people.
Meet new people that might eventually help you along. So we're saying social status isn't bad. Because you meet people, you upgrade, you network to upgrade, and when you get there and you have opportunity to call these people to help you out in situations, it's not a bad thing. In this part of the world, we're not trying to look at it as, well, because you're powerful and because I have no name, like Very Dark Man said, and because I have no name, then I think, look, we all can't be influential, but when you have the power, please enjoy it.
I feel people misuse it. I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy it. See,
I don't doubt
at every given opportunity, every human being would obviously enjoy that privilege.
Yeah.
I'm just like an instant now. I went for an assignment on Tuesday, and it was a girls' college. So secondary school, obviously, they should be in the same class. So just because she had this vest on, I think an usher, you just have seen which was giving out orders. Like, you sit here, and I'm with you like,
That's the privilege, the power
so
privilege.
Basically, it's more like
authority.
Anytime anybody's given that opportunity, they always want to no, I want to showcase I'm in charge. But I'm not saying you shouldn't show it, but there are some times where you just have to just calm down.
Do you know why? When people have issues, for instance, you said the girl was saying, sit there, and people might have issues with it. I see it as a form of inferiority complex.
Okay.
Because you're given a mantle of authority to enforce power. You should do this, you should do that.
Too much. we do too much with it. That's
few
what,
people do.
That's why I say.
Few
that's
people do too much. Sometimes I don't see it as so much. If you're given, if my friend is given a mantle of authority and said, you do this, do this, do this, and you tell me to do it, obviously you're telling me to do the right thing, I would definitely do it because I don't have any level of inferiority complex. Now, I think when you're going extra and you're trying to, remind me all the time that, do you know that I am
in charge?
Do you know I'm in charge? I would let you realize I'll let you realize that, darling, you're not in charge. I can be in charge. But then when you have that level of status, that's influence, that's privilege, and you're making use of it, I think people should relax. Look, and it's formed through mediocrity. I say Nigerian is a mediocre society.
Have you ever been given that like power, like just take charge, like take control for just one day? How did you feel?
Take control of things?
Yeah. Maybe they just put you in charge, like, oh, just...
For me, it's just doing, if I'm being put in charge of something, for me, it's just let the right thing be done. It's not really about, I have the power now, and I want to, no. Really, some of us are not power hungry. Because really, some of us can actually enforce the right thing even without having the power and authority. So even if you're given, it's just you doing the right thing. And Nigerians have issues with it because we're a mediocre society. Now, when there are standards, and saying I have the standard, and because I'm here, I'm telling you to do the right thing. Now, they think there's a problem. We all can't be the same. Fingers are not equal. And that's the truth and that's the fact. We all live in a privileged society. Some people will have more privilege than we do. And it's fine and it's okay. And it's something we should live with and be comfortable with. That, oh, well, that person is richer than I. No, hold on, sorry.
Maybe because they feel once you're there are some certain things you can actually get away with. Do you get me? Because
I think that's why Nigerians feel bad.
Yes.
That, okay, because they feel that this person can get away with some things. Well, it's the person's privilege. Yeah, maybe that is what it is.
Don't get me wrong. There are some certain things that when you do, just because you're in a particular post or in a given position, they feel, oh, the law can't actually do anything against me. I can't.
No. That's why I have issues. Because nobody's above the law.
Yeah. And basically, it plays out all the time. We see people who are obviously, basically, they should actually be held accountable, held responsible. No, they won't be.
But I think it is fine if, as a society, we come to understand that the reason why this person is entering this room is because this person might be richer than I am.
I won't dispute that,
This person might be more influential than I am. This person might...
like you said, everybody cannot be on the same level.
This person might be... Probably, there is fine boy, fine girl privilege. This person might be finer than I am. It's very fine. And it is okay. Let us understand as a society that it is fine and it is okay. Don't let us hate on people because they have a certain level of social status. It is fine. But there's one thing I believe in, and I want us to say this, is I believe we should have three good things or three things. Look, for my part, they can say I'm a classist. I don't care. Is if you don't have money, do well to speak well.
Wait, which one comes first?
Well, anyone comes first. Anybody can have money. And if you don't have money, you know, in the, not just Nigeria, in the world, if you don't have money, and it's if you want to look, think about this deeply, and just don't judge me for what I'm saying. If you don't have money, please be eloquent, speak well. Now, if you can't speak well and you don't have money, at least look good. You see, if these three things, or one of these three things, will let you get into where you think you can get to. And that's the fact. Is that how you have money? Is that how you look good? You dress well, you look nice, or you speak well? Let me tell you, even if you don't have money and you speak well and you enter somewhere, everybody doing this, and you speak, they will look at you like, oh. Normally they've been attending to people, yes, woo, but good morning. What do you want to say? You see, they all aura will change.
It paves way for you.
Or then there's money, and then you're coming in and you're like, wow, it's got money. And it will change.
One name is coming to my mind.
Yeah?
One name is coming to my mind.
What name? You don't want to say it? Okay, don't say it. Don't say it. So I feel you should have this, I feel people should have this three. And to get into, look, that's the fact. We live in a privileged society. Social status will always work. We cannot all be the same.
I understand.
And if you have the influence, please make use. Look, if I have the opportunity to call people to get into rooms, I will.
Where I just have issues, like I would say against that, okay, obviously you're there already, but don't overdo it. Do the needful. Let people say that, oh, this guy is actually there, is actually in support of people. Just because you're there and don't now start acting like, oh, I'm the boss, I can actually do this, I can actually
Just don't use it for bad things, Don't use your influence for bad things. Don't use your influence to oppress people. I know we live in a society that is inferior. Even when you're walking into, you're not oppressing people. People just tend to think you're oppressing them. People just tend to think that you're trying to write them. People just tend to tag you as proud.
Yeah.
But then it's not what it is. As long as you're doing the right thing, it's fine. But that's what we can take on Breakfast in Bed today.
Yeah.
Like I would always say, there are standards to everything. And please don't live a mediocre lifestyle. Mediocrity is not good. Nigerians are mediocre. But let's try to put the standards there. Yeah, it's the fact. Now, we need to leave.
Let's go.
You need to leave.
We'll catch up with them next weekend. And I am Kehinde Adedayo. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I am Bababumi Agbibi. Do remember that while making use of your social status or your privilege, do not try to oppress other people.
Yeah.
Just do it authentically.
Do the needful.
Yeah, do it authentically. And remember that all fingers are not equal. You don't always need to feel inferior all the time. I am Bababumi Agbibi. Take care. Be good.
That the morning fantastic.